Hello everyone, we're back again. Welcome to the Chicago Land Speedway, round 9, our halfway point of the 2024 championship. We've only got 4 races left until the chase, and this is one of them, a 1.5 mile intermediate circuit that produces some spectacular racing in any series, whether it's open wheel or stock car. It's a track beloved by fans, a track with not the greatest surface when you look at the concrete, and we're expected to see quite a bit of passing today. Maybe a few accidents. As always, you never want to hear me yap and talk or any of that, so we'll quickly get to it. Here is our grid then for today's race. On pole position, Joe Dolinsky led the most laps last time out in Martinsville, but couldn't quite get it over the line. He will start in second place. And it's Martin Arison, a two-time race winner that lines up alongside him, gunning for his third here. I think he could do it. He's the only non-Dodge to win this season. Sonia Nevermind is still on the hunt for her first victory. She lines up in third, alongside a man who is very much in the hunt for his first victory. Ratko Betes, twice runner-up on very, very small losses. He lines up fourth. Can he get that win today? Kenneth Robinson's looking like he might be out of a seat at the end of this season and might be heading towards somewhere, maybe like Scott International. We've heard some rumours, maybe Brown Racing. Well, he's fighting for that drive, and he's qualified fifth here to show his worth. He's alongside Kenny Dixon, funnily enough, a Brown Racing car, one of the teams that Robinson's been linked with. Tyler Jordan's not been in the greatest form in qualifying recently, but a solid qualifying here puts him on row 4 in 7th. He's alongside William Starman in 8th, who is hoping to continue a trend of strong top 10 results. It's 9th for Keith McHugh. A good row 5 start for TMS Motorsport. He's alongside our previous race winner, Eva Valjak, hoping to get her third victory of the season and her second in a row here, but might be a bit of a challenge from 10th. Kurt Weiss lines up 11th to continue a strong run of qualifying results. Can he finally convert one of them into a top 10 again? His only top 10 this season came at Atlanta. He's alongside our championship leader, Andrew Mondragon, who is getting a bit nervy up there now. Eva Valjak is catching him, but realistically for them two, they're both pretty much locked into the chase now. They just need to keep getting the points on board. Row 7 then. We see Alec Vescovy line up in 13th place, a driver who was the star of the show in Loudon and left with nothing to show for it after a late race strategy error. He lines up 13th as mentioned alongside Noah Cataneo, a driver who we expected a lot more from this season. He's had a lot of bad luck, but when he's had the pace, he still hasn't been able to get a strong result, and he'll be hoping to finally turn his fortunes around here. His teammate, Javier Talavera, lines up in 15th alongside Carl Sherman, who has had some good qualifying results recently. This isn't really one of them, but still a top 20, and he'll be happy with that one. Moving on to 17th, we have Michael Teller in that number 26 car. He's had a good race last time out, but that's not a good qualifying from him here. He's going to be looking to climb up that order, and he's alongside Johnny Carpentier Panizzi in the 21, quite a way off his teammate. Mitch Johnson's confirmed to join TMS next season in their new number 19 car. He now, funnily enough, starts in 19th place. And alongside him is Logan Wilkie in the number 10 Audi car. That's the top 20 then. My co-commentator Tom is finally back, so he'll cover the rest of the grid.
Yes, I will indeed. 21st is the number 92 of Brandon Reeves. Not too far off of his teammate, but not really where he wants to be. Speaking of not where he wants to be, Marcus Monreal, 22nd, a very long way off of his teammates, both in the top 10, and he's 22nd. 23rd, the returning Ken Hale in the number 37. Great to see him back after his horrible accident in the Daytona Duel. He lines up alongside Mitchell Moser in the number 57. 25th is Megami Arlauskiana, who is set to join Quinton Wells Racing next season, replacing the exiting Mitch Johnson. And 26th is Joseph Clark. 27th is Adrian Fraser in Dick Speed Racing, propped up by sheer willpower at this point. I don't know how they're still afloat. 28th is Carl Ellison. 29th is Johan Stromstad for AMP Motorsports. And 30th is Camilla Lindberg in the number 71 Scott International.
There's the command to start the engines.
And 31st, Danny McSwain Also for Scott International, 32nd is the number 69, Donald Wallace, in a second part-time Dick Speed Racing car. 33rd, Franco Nazario Espinazola. 34th, Austin Rhodes. 35th, Bobby Elliott Jr. And rounding out the grid, as you would expect, is Eric Lennon.
Well then, that's our grid order today. It's not going to be the longest pace lap here as they really contact on the pace lap between Austin Rhodes and Danny McSwain. What's going on here? There's some falling out of some kind gone here. I think Austin Rhodes has an issue. Yes, he does. And was trying to get to pit road, and Danny McSwain, well, he wants to get back in. I am not sure what's going on here. We'll figure out what's happening with that in a minute. Let's get to the front of the field then. So Joe Dolinsky leads. We've got 2 corners to go. Who's your race winner pick?
I'm going to go Ratko Betez. I think he's going to finally break his duck. 2 runners-up finishes this season in unfortunate situations, but third time lucky, I think he'll be the one to win today.
Definitely a good shout. I'm going to go different. I think Keith McHugh is going to become the first Chevy to win today. I just see some pace in that car that not many other people are seeing out there today. But here we go then. Towards the restart zone we go, and it's green flag in Chicagoland. It's a good start from Harrison on the high side as we come towards the line. Dolinsky is keeping it on that inside, though. Really poor start for Cole Sherman further back. Does he have an issue? I think he might. So he come into the first turn. Can Dolinsky hold on and take the lead? Yes, he can. Sherman definitely has an issue further back. Some disastrous start for Brown Racing as they're all staying double file at the moment. See some cars pulling out of line further back, trying to get some moves done. Andrew Mondragon forced really high there, 4 wide further back as we come out of the corner. Are they going to be okay here? Michael Taylor, Ken Hale involved. They've managed to get through it. They survived the 4 wide there as Martin Harrison tussling for the lead. Austin Rhodes has had his issue. He's back out on track. They're all getting really close up the corner. Nearly contact, I think, between Vescovy and Brandon Reeves. Look at that start from Keith McHugh. Already right up that field. Coming right up, right past Rakobetes. He's into the top 5 as Sonia Nevermind's tussling for the lead here. So now we're on lap 3 and this is very aggressive racing so far.
Yeah, incredible start, but Dolinsky with the perfect start. Keith McHugh, your race prediction, as we see Sonia Nevermind making a move for the lead onto the low side into 3. No, Dolinsky gets down. But on the last lap in turns 1 and 2, looked like Ava Valjak was getting a bit impatient already with Kenny Dixon. Nearly turned him round. It's aggressive racing, but it's not where the number 2 wants to be at the moment.
It's definitely not, but here comes Sonia Nevermind to the inside. She's got that run on the inside, and she's going to put herself into the lead of this race. Kenneth Robinson very much sticking with this pack. But no, she can't. Really good run from Joe Dolinsky on the high side. Can Sonia Nevermind keep herself in there as they come through turn 3 and 4? That's the main passing spot here. So close, but look at the run. Dolinsky's going to get off the high side here. But she's got the shorter run. That's Sonia Nevermind. As Keith McHugh makes it 3 wide in the row behind. Tyler Jordan also trying to get involved now. Whew. But Nevermind into the lead then. Joe Dolinsky has to settle for 2nd place. Very hectic opening stages of this race. In fact, I'd say the top 10 have almost pulled away from the rest of the field here. As we come through, what's going on further back? Let's have a look. Briefly, Ava Valjak outside the top 10. As they're still 3 wide. Starman has had an awful start. He's really fallen back. I think he got caught up on the high side and couldn't find a way down. Ken Hale, we saw him 4 wide earlier. He's fighting through. Panizzi also not a good start. Mondragon also not a good start. So very interesting early phases of this race. Can these cars with bad starts fight their way back up through the field? We'll have to wait and see. But this battle for the lead's not done yet. Here comes Joe Dolinsky. He's got a good run. Can he find a gap on the inside? No, he can't. He's content to be patient. We saw this at Bristol. It took him a few laps to pass Ratko Betez for the eventual win. He knows when that moment comes, he's going to get the lead of this race.
Yeah, but he's might come under a little bit of pressure here. Keith McHugh, he made a very good start, and now up into 3rd, he's got pace. He's pulling ahead of his future teammate Mitch Johnson there, who's dropping a little bit back. But Keith McHugh, don't rule him out. You did predict him to be the winner of this race, and already lap 8, he's showing some really, really good pace in the Chevrolet. Also up to 6th is his teammate Javier Talavera, I've just noticed on the timing tower as well.
Mm.
So TMS cars making moves in the top 10, and here's Talavera going for 5th against Adrian Frey. No, that's Tyler Jordan, and making it stick. Talavera up to 5th.
Yeah, Talavera's got the pace in this early phase of the race, and he's fighting his way through. Andrew Mondragon's already back up into the top 15. How's that one happen then? Really good recovery for him so far. One man who's not had a good recovery, I believe, is William Starman, who I think is still stuck on the high side this entire race. Yes, he is. I think this may be the end of his top 10 run outside of super speedways. No, he has actually managed to get down. Be interested to see if he can fight back. Brandon Reeves also way back here. There's Austin Rhodes. We'll quickly confirm. Carl Sherman, did he get back into the race? That car does not look like it's doing well. So quick. No, he's going at normal speed, but he is about to get another lap put on him here. As Joe Dolinsky sees a gap to go for it, but never mind, aggressively blocks. And look who's being invited to the battle now from this. Here comes Keith McHugh, very much inviting himself into it. I don't think they wanted him here. Those TMS cars looking quick in these early phases. Well, these two TMS cars. The other one is down in 22nd. But that's sort of become a trend this season. Even though Cataneo was probably one of the picks to win a race this year, I think. But here we go. Keith McHugh on Joe Dolinsky. Is he going to get this move done through turn 3, through turn 4? Still hanging in there, side by side to the line. And I think Keith McHugh's going to get this done. Across the line we go. He's ahead into turn 1. And through goes Keith McHugh into 2nd place. As Mitch Johnson looks to get past Dolinsky as well. So got a really nice battle heating up front in this race. They're all sort of hanging on at a relatively equal distances here. As Talavera is now inviting himself to this battle. As TMS cars, they might be the fastest cars on track right now, I think.
So they probably are, because look at Keith McHugh. Straight past Dolinsky and straight onto the back of Sonia Neverminders. Here's Mitch Johnson looking to complete the move on Dolinsky. Dolinsky has a little bit of a run on the high side, but into 3 and 4, I think Johnson will complete this. And here comes Javier Talavera as well. These TMS cars are quick.
And Talavera might try and make this. No, I thought he was going to try and make it 3 wide down towards the line here, but he thinks better of it. He's content to just be patient, make the moves when they come. And I think he's going to get Dolinsky here, but Dolinsky's got a good run on the high side. He's got a really good run. He's going to fight it back. Side by side down the back straight. Can Talavera keep the bumper of that car just on the inside? Yes, he can. Prevents Dolinsky from coming down, but Dolinsky wants to get a really good run on the high side. And I think he's going to keep it. Or is he? As we come towards the line, let's have a look. Yes, he is. Dolinsky, brilliant defense to keep 4th place.
Yeah, great stuff. Joe Dolinsky on the defense at the moment, which is not where he'd really want to be, especially only for 4th. But Martin Harrison now starting to make moves. Ava Valjak, I said she was further back than she wanted to be. She's now in 8th place, looking to line up Harrison, potentially her teammate Tyler Jordan there as well. And to the inside on Jordan, this should be a fairly simple move for the number 2 Venturia. And yeah, she moves up into 7th place. So Tyler Jordan, the big loser there, but Ava Valjak starting to make moves in this race at Chicagoland.
It's moves we saw last race from her. It's moves we see this race from her. Definitely one known for getting those moves done when she needs to, and she's climbing up that order. We go focus back up front now. Sonia Nevermind's in control a bit. Keith McHugh's hanging there. I don't think it's going to be too long until they reach Carl Sherman, I think. And when they do, that's going to pose the first challenge for these cars, as they have their first lapped car to navigate today. As Donald Wallace on his debut starting to fall off the field a bit. We go through the field. William Starman's definitely making moves here. He's put himself up into 21st already. He was nearly at the top 30 about 5 laps ago, I'm convinced. But the issue for him now is there's a big gap to that train of cars up ahead. And that's where the problems are going to show themselves to him. He needs to make the moves early to try and keep that draft. To look through the order, Andrew Mondragon's still only down in 12th. Spinazzola on a really good 14th at the moment. Kurt Weiss 15th. And Danny McSwain's in the top 20 for the first time. If he can hold on to that, that would be a career best result for him. And one they very much needed after a certain driver earlier in the season.
Yeah, absolutely. That 77 car really needs some good results, and McSwain has shown the pace. Just need to complete it in these races, but it's still very early doors for him. It's kind of settled down a little bit at this point in the race. Mitch Johnson is closing up a bit on Keith McHugh, who's maybe just switched the afterburners off a little bit, maybe saving a bit of fuel behind Sonia, never mind. But Javier Talavera is looking racy.
Oh, issue!
Oh no!
Espinazola, engine failure. What's happened there? Well, there's no caution out, so I think his engine has just given way.
Just as you said, he was having a fairly decent race up in 14th.
I think that was just an engine failure. No other cars around the track to suggest an incident, no caution. As Starman has now got Danny McSwain, and Catadeo also seems quite quick now. The two of them slowly carving their way through slower cars. Poor Kurt Weiss is starting to fall away a bit. We head back up the field. So Espinazola, who was having a, brilliant race today, it's a gearbox issue. Gearbox smoking, and that's the end of his day. Here's Keith McHugh's brought himself back into this now. There's a fight for the lead again. Sonia Nevermind seems to be slower than McHugh. I think McHugh's looked up ahead and he's seen that lapped car of Carl Sherman. I think he's worried, because he knows Sonia Nevermind's going to get first pick of what lane to choose. He'll either have to choose to follow, or if he thinks he can make the move, go the other way. But we've seen so many times this season where lead cars get caught behind the lap car and just can't make any progress. I think that might be what Keith McHugh's being cautious about. Look how much better he is through this corner. Nevermind struggles to get the car down. So we come out of the corner towards the line. Is this the chance to go for it for Keith McHugh? No, he just doesn't have that straightaway speed. And in fact, Mitch Johnson's catching him. Mitch Johnson goes high. Interesting choice of line, and through I think Joe Dolinsky's going to go. Unless Johnson can hang it round the outside. He's trying to. Side by side. Into turn 3 we go. I think that was a big error from Mitch Johnson, and Joe Dolinsky's going to put himself back into third. And now Johnson's got more problems, as here comes Javier Talavera. Aggressive block, but he keeps the place. Is this the moment for Keith McHugh? Not quite. He's very cautious this race.
Yeah, it seems like a shadow of himself from the last race in Loudon, where he seemed to be involved in every accident, but he had a lot more to fight through there from starting from the back. At the moment he's up in second. That 24 of 99, I'm not sure when we'll have the pit stops, but he is looking quite quick, just lining up Sonia Nevermind. Javier Talavera looked at Mitch Johnson there, but didn't try and make any moves. I think we've got Ava Valjak passing Martin Arison behind as well.
We've got a move here.
Here comes Dolinsky.
Little bit of an error from Keith McHugh as he slowed up out of turn 2. And Dolinsky's been invited, and I don't think he's going to need a second invitation here. Keith McHugh fighting hard around that outside. It's going to be 3 wide, I think, off the corner, unless they can cover off Mitch Johnson, which they, thankfully for them, can. That could have got a bit risky there. But I think Dolinsky's going to get the place here, move himself into second. Yes, he does. So 2 places in under 5 laps there, I think, for Dolinsky. He's a man on fire at the moment, and he's going to hunt down that first position he lost as the pole sitter.
Yeah, he's looking quick once again. Nevermind has been controlling this race so far, but she will not want to see that number 12 behind her. Those teeth, they are pretty terrifying to see as Javier Talavera moves Mitch Johnson up the track into turn number 1. Could this be the chance for the 41? He's got to make a move because Ava Valjak is practically pushing him into the corner. But a great move there from Talavera, and he moves himself up into 4th place.
One man got a really good run in this battle, and that's Martin Arison, who sort of invited himself along. But he's gone high. He tried to get the run round the outside on Valjak, and look who he's invited to his inside, Tyler Jordan. Stepping out of line is proving costly here, but you need to do it to make moves. It's risk versus reward, as Kenneth Robinson holding on to a top 10 place. Look who's up involved in this battle. It's Ken Hale. is returned to the sport, and he's just moved himself into what I believe is 11th place. This is what they've been missing the whole time this season with Benjamin Martinez in that car. And in one race, Ken Hale is already fighting to get a top 10 points finish. Brilliant work.
Yeah, great stuff. Great to see Ken Hale back in that car, but squabbles all throughout as I think Keith McHugh looked to line up Joe Dolinsky there. We've got battles all the way through. Bethes trying to pass Kenneth Robinson, and yep, Keith McHugh now passing Joe Dolinsky back. So that 81 is quick, and he really wants to show it. He does not want to sit behind.
And look who's coming through. Javier Talavera saw a gap there. Brilliant run. And he's going to get this move done, I think, by the time they get to turn 1. On that inside line, he's got it done before they've even got to the line. Javier Talavera puts himself into 3rd place.
Wow, TMS are quick today. And it just seems like for the moment that Dolinsky doesn't really have an answer. They are catching Carl Sherman, and he is quite close now. So this is an interesting thing for Sonia Nevermind to think about. She's got a little bit of a gap behind, but she can't afford to rest on her laurels. She needs to make a move quick.
I would like to point out, Cataneo is into the top 20 now. So he was sticking with Starman. He looks like he's dropped off Starman now. Starman is very much in this like groupish now. I think if we go back and look through the field, not this league group, but look, he's already on Marcus Monreal. I would not be surprised to see Starman up in 14th anytime soon. But as we go back up front, that's what's interesting. Talavera's going for a move on his teammate. This is not the time to do that. They're nearly 3 wide. Dolinsky trying to get through Keith McHugh. Eva Voyek is actually looking like the fastest one amongst this group at the moment. She's just constantly fighting through everyone. Keith McHugh using that high side to try and get a run off and get ahead of Eva Voyek. I think he might actually. Voyek not hanging in well there. Yeah, Keith McHugh manages to defend the place. So he's lost 2 places there, but stays in the top 5. Sonia Nevermind has a huge gap now. This is dominant from her. But look at Joe Dolinsky trying to get involved in this. All their squabbling behind is helping that number 55 just control this race. But she's not hit Carl Sherman at the best time, or has she? She might be able to get this move done out of the corner here. Here we go. She's going to go for it into turn 3, and she's mastered that beautifully. Easily clear of Carl Sherman. Or is she? Apparently not. Oh, contact, I think, from Dolinsky. I don't know who he hit. I saw him just go sideways out of that corner.
Dolinsky looks like he really wants to get to the inside of Talavera, but Talavera is doing a really good job out forward blocking. But they are catching Sherman and Nevermind. Nevermind cannot clear this 36 for some reason, and it's really inviting Talavera, Dolinsky, McHugh, all of these guys to come back to her. That lead, she now clears Sherman, but that lead has absolutely disappeared.
It definitely has. Talavera needs to get a move quick, and he is. Straight to the inside of Sherman. Can he get it done in one corner, unlike Sonia Nevermind? I think he might be able to. But look at how Sherman hangs around that outside. No one else has been able to do that this race. He's just got so much more grip on the outside, but Talavera's already through. It didn't even take him a lap. Keith McHugh also coming through. Dolinsky's the big loser here. He's stuck. And Eva Voyek goes up. But then she comes down. Oh my word. Aggressive moves from all of them. Keith McHugh looking to try and squeeze through here. Eva Voyek looking to try and make it almost 3 wide. She slides up the track and gets stuck. But look at Javier Talavera flying onto the back of Sonia Nevermind now.
Great stuff. Talavera is quick. Was questioning a little bit the decision to move past his teammate like that and, well, throw Keith McHugh kind of under the bus with Joe Dolinsky. But Talavera is looking very quick and looking to bring the fight as the 2 Venturias battle behind. Valjak got in front of Dolinsky, but now Dolinsky wants one back. And into turn 1 and 2, Dolinsky should have it, but Valjak.
Look at the way Sherman was able to hold it on the outside as a slower lapped car compared to how Valjak was there. That 36 is really quick using the higher line compared to everyone else in the field. It's just a shame for him that he's a lap down as we got action for the lead. Sonia Nevermind comes aggressively down to block. She does not want to invite Javier Talavera on her inside because I think she knows those TMS cars, I think they have the pace over her at the moment. And it could be coming here down the back straight, which he just can't quite get to her inside.
Looking quick though, and giving Sonia and Mind a lot to think about. The Venturias still they battle. Valjak now on the inside of Dolinsky. These guys are squabbling so hard, and Martin Harrison sitting right behind them as well. Valjak eventually clears Dolinsky for fourth.
I was talking about earlier, Starman now up into 15th place. That number 9, Noah Cataneo, is still in 20th, so he's very much out of this now. Ken Hale in 12th, Rakobetes 13th. It's a very interesting order at the moment. I think Starman will be gutted he got shuffled so far back, because I think he's one of the fastest cars on track at the moment. But he's going to need a caution if he wants to win this one, as we got duel between the two TMS. They make contact. Not the first time this season these two have come to blows. And Talavera and Keith McHugh fighting hard for position when they probably should have been working together to try and get Sonia Nevermind. And it's not worked out for Keith McHugh at all.
Oh, someone needs to get on the radio and just tell these guys to chill. They have been battling quite hard, and this is not the time to battle. These two cars are both quick. They cannot end up in the wall. They cannot end up squabbling with one another. But Sonia Nevermind is still worried about these two, but if they do squabble, they will fall straight into the clutches of the Venturias behind.
It has invited those two Venturias and the QWR cars to catch up. Remember, those are the only two teams that have won this season. The top three on track at the moment, none of them have won. And Carl Sherman is actually sticking with this league group. That must be so gutting for him to have that issue at the start. Wonder if it was a flat tyre or something. I don't know. But there you go. Ava Valjak is going to get Keith McHugh because of the squabbling. It has not worked in McHugh's favour. Talavera taking it easy. I think Keith McHugh's going to have to try and focus on getting down in front of Dolinsky, which he's not going to do here. He's at risk of losing quite a few positions in this one. Out of the corner they come. Side by side. Keith McHugh, he's got the overspeed. But Dolinsky's got the shorter run, and it's side by side again. Almost contact as Harrison gets very close to Dolinsky, and this could be 3 places lost for McHugh. But really good run off the corner, actually, and he might be able to fight this. Look at that run. Ooh. 3 wide down the back straightaway. Not even a straight here, it's more of a curve. He is going to be the big loser here, I think, McHugh. As they all get through the corner just about, and he is now shuffled down behind Carl Sherman.
Carl Sherman, well, Martin Harrison is actually the big winner out of all these guys. Dolinsky tried to pass McHugh, and well, now they're both behind Carl Sherman, and McHugh comes straight back at Dolinsky. So that lap car kind of playing its part into this race, as Mitch Johnson's kind of got a free invite back up to these guys as well. So McHugh and Dolinsky losing a hell of a lot of time, but Carl Sherman is really sitting with these front cars. If only he wasn't 2 laps down, because he has got the pace today.
He definitely has, but this is what we want to look at the moment. Because that 41 still cannot find a way past Sonia Nevermind. I don't know whether he has the pace to pass, but only the pace to stay with. But look what's up ahead. Every leader's worst nightmare. A train of lapped cars. And it's a poor run for Javier Talavera, and it's a really good run for Ava Valjak. Is this her time? As we come towards the line, not quite. She can't quite get to his inside there. And she's going to have to make do and sit in third for another lap. But look at this group here. They are all fighting. I want to see what the speed they do into the corner. 186 was the highest speed they got into the corner. 189 for Sonia Nevermind. They're going to very quickly catch those 3 cars. And when they do, I don't think it's going to be as easy as getting past Carl Sherman was for Javier Talavera. Sonia Nevermind very much struggled with that one. But while there's a little bit of a lull, let's have a quick look through. So, Panizzi in 8th, 9th for Mondragon, 10th for Ken Hale, as Kenneth Robinson is currently the very big loser, getting shuffled all the way down. Starman is actually involved in this fight now, alongside Ratko Bettis, who has actually always been in this fight. But Starman's involved. He is up in 15th. I would not be surprised to see him pass most of these cars with his current pace he's going at. He wants to get past Teller, so we go back up the field now, trying to get past Carl Sherman, who I believe is 2 laps down. Yes, he is. I'm just surprised we haven't had a caution today with how aggressive some of the racing has been. But never say never. It has been quite a clean race aside from the TMS contact. It's another poor run for Javier Talavera. This one might have more consequences. Not quite.
Talavera has been really aggressive with these blocks. He's not been the quickest off of 4, but when it comes to blocking Delinsky and now Valjak as well, he's been very, very quick to get down in front of them. He knows just how threatening they are, but Valjak is lining him up now. Talavera has dropped off the back of Nevermind, and Valjak is definitely the quicker car as we go through 3 and 4. Could this be the opportunity for Ava Valjak? Out of the final corner now, she makes her move, and Talavera once again gets down in front of her. This is going to be so frustrating. But Ava Valjak, she has the pace to get in front and get to the lead with Sonia Nevermind, but she just can't get past Javier Talavera at the moment.
It's the most frustrating thing as a racing driver when you know you have the pace to fight for the win, but you just can't get to that lead at all. But she is only in third. She is right up there. It's not a far way for her. But Sonia Nevermind is actually getting a little bit of a gap because it looks like Javier Talavera's tyres might be starting to fall off a little bit. He's really struggling on corner exit. As you can see here, look at the overspeed from Ava Valjak, and this might be the moment for her. She's pulled to the inside for the move, and she's got alongside. I think the move is coming here, and through she goes. I don't think Talavera is going to fight on that high side, but he is actually. Fair play to him. I did not think that car had the tyres in it, and he might actually keep the position here. Look at the speed from Javier Talavera. He can't quite keep it. Ava Valjak so quick through turn 1, and that's the move done, I think. She has cleared him. No, he's fought back again. Where was this exit speed earlier?
Not quite sure, but it's inviting Harrison in. Talavera is fighting tooth and nail for this second place, but here's Martin Harrison in the other QWR, and Sonia Nevermind will see this gap and go, thank the heavens, because that is going to give her a lot of breathing space. And here comes Harrison now lining up Javier Talavera as Valjak still cannot clear the 41.
Harrison goes high. Harrison thinks high is the way to go at the moment. Nearly some contact further behind. I thought I was about to see McHugh or Delinsky get launched into the outside wall, but obviously not. But they are choosing to go higher. Harrison wants to try and make it 3 wide for a moment there. Can Talavera get through? No, he's going to get shuffled now down behind Harrison. He probably should have seeded that one earlier before it took that long to go. Here we go, though. This is what's hard for Sonia Nevermind now, because she has 2 lapped cars who are side by side to pass. Well, not anymore. Their teammates kind of helped her out a bit there.
Yeah, they sure did. Just going to clear Adrian Fraser there, and well, Donald Wallace should be clear as well soon. Still sat behind him, but she's got a bit of a gap at the moment, just so long as she doesn't get fully stuck behind the 69 car. And here she goes already, tucked out, as Martin Harrison still looking to pass Javier Talavera behind. But Sonia Nevermind picking her way through these much slower cars. She struggled a bit passing Carl Sherman, but up against these cars right at the back of the field, she is...
Oh, she did that with ease. She's cleared all 3 of them before Ava Valjak has even got alongside Adrian Fraser. This is Sonia Nevermind's race to lose now. I don't know if they are going to pit. We'll see if they pit. I assume they will, but we'll find out. I doubt they can do 150 miles on 1 tank of fuel. But it's all going to come down to pit road for her now. 1 good stop, and I believe she's got this win in the bag, as Ava Valjak is very much struggling to get past the lapped traffic. As Javier Talavera elects to go high.
Ooh, Valjak has been shuffled to the middle here.
3 wide.
Harrison and Talavera, and here comes McHugh as well. It's getting a bit ugly here. Delinsky, Sherman and Johnson all involved as well. Valjak has cleared Adrian Fraser, but here comes Martin Harrison. They have eventually sorted each other out, but that was absolutely a nightmare on the exit of turn 2, as they're now looking to go 3 wide again. Talavera once again racing his teammate hard as we go into 1 and 2. He is not looking to roll over, even if his tyres are giving out.
Is he going to get... No, that high side seems to have a bit more fight in it now. I don't... Is Keith McHugh able to defend himself on the high side and keep that 4th place? Interesting thing here, though. Ava Voig only has one more car to clear. And then she's going to be hunting down Sonia Nevermind in the race lead, who has dominated this race. But we saw this at Charlotte, where she dominated the latter stages of the race, Nevermind, and could not come away with the win. She looked quick at Indianapolis, but I believe it was a poor stop. Or was it an error? I think it was a poor stop.
Poor stop, I believe.
Memory doesn't hold up well. But then also fighting up there at New Hampshire, and a poor stop again. She's going to have to keep it careful here and just pray that pit crew have finally got their act together. Because it doesn't seem that way at the moment. 3 wide further back. These lot are not letting up today, as Talavera once again really aggressively coming down to slot in behind. Arison has gone from 3rd to, I believe, 7th in the space of a lap. Keith McHugh wants to force Eric Lehrman up the circuit to ensure he gets through. And Talavera also going to come through here. Joe Dolinsky is running a very strange line, but it works. Carl Sherman is still involved in this group. As they're going to fight again, the TMS teammates.
They're just squabbling. Someone needs to tell them, just fight together. Because here comes Joe Dolinsky as well. Keith McHugh once again hung out to dry, and Joe Dolinsky is going to pounce on one, maybe both of the TMS cars. Carl Sherman looks to get underneath Keith McHugh as well. This squabbling is unnecessary from the TMS cars, and it's really holding them up as we have pit stops now.
Lots of the lower down cars down pit road. Where are our leaders? Anyone coming in? Sonia Nevermind and Ava Voigt both in. Keith McHugh elects to stay out. Here we go. This is the big moment for Nevermind. She struggled so much with this season. Hopefully no issues down pit road. Oh, contact there with Lindbergh and someone, I think.
Stromstad, I think.
Or Ellison, I'm not sure. In comes Sonia Nevermind then. Voigt's in. They're caught up in the middle of the back of the previous pack. Avoid contact at all costs, though. That's what they've got to make sure. It's a good stop for Talavera. It's a good stop for Valjak. It's a good stop for Sonia Nevermind. Just what she needed. But it has closed up a bit. So much lapped traffic in this pit window. Andrew Mondrag trying to get ahead of his old teammate. Right, where is Keith McHugh? Is down pit road this time. I'm going to keep an eye on the back of the circuit. Do we see any cars coming by? Not yet. He's ahead of Carl Sherman. Out of pit road he comes. So there's Sonia Nevermind. Nevermind got a big lead. Voyak second. Talavera third. Out comes Keith McHugh. Panizzi's the big winner here. Same with Ken Hale. So Panizzi up to in the top 5. Ken Hale also into the top 5 now. What a return to the sport for Ken Hale. Brilliant.
Yeah, beautiful stuff for Ken Hale. And while the two Fords, Panizzi and Hale, have really benefited from this pit cycle. They've thrust themselves from kind of the fringes of the top 10 up into the top 5 now. But with the gaps spread out, it's a question of whether the Fords are quick and will they be able to catch up to the guys in front. It's currently Toyota, Dodge, Chevy, and then the two Fords looking out the top 5. But these two Fords are battling still. Nobody wants to give up here for 4th place.
Yeah, further down the order quickly, we've got Andrew Mondragon in 11th, Kenny Dixon up to 12th. We've got the 74 24 and 13th. That's Tyler Jordan. 26 of Michael Tiller, 14th. Starman, 15th. Robinson, I think the big loser, in 16th. I don't notice anyone else dramatically changing position here. Got 30 cars on the lead lap. That 57 of Mitchell Moser in the top 30. I think he may be lapped before the end of this race, but I think he might be the last one. I don't know whether they're going to catch the two ARSE Toyotas. Go through the order quickly, just checking where and how everyone's doing. So these guys have just reached that lapped traffic. Our championship leader currently not actually in the top 10. That'd be the first time since what race? Since Atlanta that Andrew Mondragon would not finish in the top 10. But he is within a second. That's not over yet for him. I'm sure he'll be able to fight back if he tries hard enough. But here we go. That's where all the action is at the moment. In the latter half of the top 10. So, Joe Dolinsky has just managed to get ahead of Keith McHugh. And it's two QWR cars in 8th and 9th. And McHugh struggling to get temperature in the tyres, I think, because he's at risk from Harrison now. And he comes really aggressively to block that one. So we come out of turn 4. I think Harrison's going to have to wait another lap. But up front, look at the gap now. This could be 2 Ava Voljak wins in a row here, because I cannot see Sonia Nevermind stopping her with this pace. Incredible levels of speed from Ava Voljak. Or does Sonia Nevermind have an issue? Because Harriet Talavera has also taken about a second, I think, out of that gap. Is there a problem for our race leader? She's struggling for pace. Best thing she can hope for, though, is that Ava Voljak just can't find the way through and gets held up behind. That kind of looks like what's happening at the moment. Can that 41 or 21 close up and get involved in this as Ava Voljak elects to go high? Interesting idea, but it's not going to work out. And she drops off a bit here. What's the gap looking like behind? The gap is growing between Talavera and the race leader, actually. So something must have happened to Sonia Nevermind that made her lose that much. Maybe an error, scrape with the wall, I'm not sure. But here comes Ava Voljak to the inside. Is this the race-defining moment? Ava Voljak through. Not quite. Sonia Nevermind's hanging on the outside. No! She slots in behind and Ava Voljak leads in Chicago.
Well, that's Venturia back up to the front. Ava Valjak has been quick all race, and now she fights her way to the lead. Sonia Nevermind has led the great majority of this race, but now Ava Valjak takes the lead. The question is, can she get away from Sonia Nevermind, who has looked quick today, but can we see Ava Valjak pull away? Can Nevermind follow? But we've also got Mitchell Moser in front as well. So this race isn't over yet. 74 laps completed. And Ava Valjak, your new race leader.
We were saying earlier when Voljak was fighting through the field that she looked quick today. She looked very quick. And I think this is evidence of it. But Sonia Nevermind isn't getting entirely dropped yet. But she does look slower. I think that number 2 is the fastest car out on track at the moment. Whatever adjustments they made have worked beautifully at that pit stop. Because she continues to just pull time on the exit of corners. I think this one might already be wrapped up now. Unless someone behind can pull off out of this world run to catch up, which I doubt we are going to see. But look at the gap just growing visually. Another 10th and a half taken out by Ava Voljak. I think this race might be wrapped up now. They are catching Mitchell Moser though, as you mentioned. And the 2 Toyotas up ahead. We quickly run through the field again. Andrew Mondragon might be able to save that top 10 streak here. I think Brown Racing would like to have 2 cars in the top 10 for what would be a very rare occurrence. I think it's done. Ava Vorik is gapping the entire field at the moment. That might be this one done. Once again, it's come down to a pit road moment. And whatever adjustments the 55 team have made have not worked at all. Nevermind just does not have the pace at this stage of the race.
Once again, for the 55 team, it is not good from the moment that they come down pit road. Nevermind just doesn't have the pace at the moment. She did take a little bit out of Ava Valjak that lap. Maybe Valjak just saving a little bit of her tyres for later, but she's catching Mitchell Moser. That will be probably the big opportunity for Sonia Nevermind to get back into the fight. But if they do squabble, there are quite a few cars behind who would look to get up to them.
Absolutely. Let's have a look. I just don't see Nevermind capturing that number 2 now. They have sort of stabilised on pace, the 2 of them. Oh, accident!
No!
It's leaders! Ken Hale round! Panizzi round! Caution is out! Keith McHugh involved. Take it easy. Huge accident. Ava Volek's race. Carl Sherman involved. Keep it up that track. Keep it up that track. Andrew Mondragon slowing round. Look at William Starman. What an incredible moment for him. Caution is out. Starman's into the top 10. Keith McHugh is still going. Huge moment in this race. Ava Volek can probably hardly believe her luck. Incredible, season-defining moment.
Unbelievable. They've been racing so hard all race, and it's taken them 79 laps to finally wreck each other on the back straight.
Are they coming down pit road?
I think they might, just for a splash of fuel. But
they made it over half race distance. No, they're all staying out.
Staying out.
No, oh, here we go. Panizzi's in.
Here's the damaged cars. Panizzi looks like he's
McHugh stays out.
Yeah, Ken Hale was involved as well. So McHugh and Hale stay out, but Panizzi has got some visible damage to the front of that Ford.
Heartbreak for Ken Hale, who was having one of the greatest return drives we've ever seen. So what happens here, it looks like might be Ken Hale and William Starman. As you look from that heli shot that was watching the battle. It's not Keith McHugh. Oh, it's Harrison! No. Harrison turns them both. Oh dear. Johnson involved as well. Oh, and Sherman hits his teammate.
Oh my lord. Panizzi comes back up as well. But Martin Harrison triggers all of that, just misjudges it into the back of Ken Hale, who does nothing wrong. And Keith McHugh there alongside as well.
McHugh has a little bit of damage, but he did stay out. And it looks like that car might not be too bad. But for the 37 and the 21, wow.
We'll just have to wait and see. Ken Hale did stay out. But we'll see whether he drops back. Whether he drops like a lead balloon. But here's Panizzi.
Basically, everyone from McHugh, Hale, Harrison, Panizzi, Johnson, even Sherman, all of them have damage. Every single one of those cars is damaged. This is a huge opportunity for those cars outside that top 10 to get something big now. We'll watch from on board on Panizzi. He had a box seat view of this. Oof. I mean, judging by his, I think he expected to see them stay up high side. He comes down low. And at this point, he knows no matter what he does, he's going to hit and just commits to the rear quarter panel. Could have probably slowed down a bit more. But let's watch it from on board. The man who caused it, Martin Harrison. Oh, just completely misjudged. Completely misjudged and absolute carnage late on in this race. We'll watch it finally on board Keith McHugh.
So unlucky for Keith McHugh. He's probably lining up cars in front of him, and suddenly he's been turned from behind. That was a big hit. But Carl Sherman, who just couldn't slow down, and hits the back of Ken
McHugh
Hill.
came down pit road, I think. So what is the order? Ava Valjak leads. The number 22 of Betes has retired. Interesting. He was not involved in that, was he?
No, I'm not sure.
Maybe just a mechanical issue. We'll have to... Retired means he was involved in an accident.
Did Keith McHugh come down pit road? I'm not sure he did.
Well, he's lost it. Oh, no, he didn't. Sorry, my bad.
He didn't. I think he just lost those positions from the spin.
Can we go back and find that 22 car? I just want to know what happened to him.
Is it just something we've missed, perhaps, in all the action?
This is him. Oh, here he is.
There he is.
This is obviously where he...
He's got damage as well. Oh, he's hit the back of Sherman.
Oh, and so has Austin Rhodes and Wilkie. So that's why he's retired. Well, we're about to get racing again. So, top 4, no damage. 5th and 6th, damage. 7th, damage. 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, no damage. This is going to be one interesting finish to this race. Can Ava Valjak, who looked guaranteed to win this race, hold on to take her 2nd victory in a row and 3rd victory of the season? This is going to be one hectic finish to this one. And how slow are the damaged cars going to be? Here we go, pace cars in. Ava Valjak leads the field. Just over 10 laps to go. Green flag, we're racing again at Chicagoland. It's a really good start from both on the front row. Slow start, I think, further back for Noah Cataneo. Everyone's so close already, desperately looking for moves. Martin Arison, a damaged car, the man who caused that accident, going for the move. He's going to put himself into 3rd place. Starman's got a nice bit of room further back. He's looking to get up there. So's Marcus Monreal. So Ava Valjak still leads. Sonia Nevermind looks like she's about to be shuffled down by Arison, who's looking in pretty good condition now. Dolinsky, the big loser, stuck up on the high side. Out of turn 4 we come. Please take it easy now, guys.
It's been a aggressive race, and it looks like it's going to stay that way to the very end. Arison with that damage, but doesn't look like it's affecting him at all. He moves up into 2nd. A car that has actually made some moves. I can see further back Alec Vescovy in the number 46, and Noah Cataneo in the number 9 as well. He was absolutely nowhere, and now he's starting to fight on the fringes of the top 10 as Tyler Jordan as well moves past Marcus Monreal there.
Tyler Jordan is absolutely flying on this restart. He's put himself into the top 5. Brilliant restart from Jordan, and he's looking to try and hunt down these leaders to get involved in this scrap. But up front, Arison has Sonia Nevermind behind. She's going to go for the move here. Surprised Arison and Johnson are both seemingly in perfect condition. No, Nevermind can't quite get to the inside of her teammate. Could that be what gifts the win to Ava Valjak? Alec Vescovy looking for redemption after, well, heartbreak last time out. I assume everyone can make the end on fuel here.
You'd hope so, as Nevermind finally gets to the inside on Arison. She wants to be the one to bring the fight to Ava Valjak. And on the inside, Arison has the run on that high side though. So this is going to continue to battle, and Ava Valjak will be watching this, looking very, very good at the moment for the number 2 as Martin Arison stays in front.
Really good defence from Arison. Further back, Kenny Dixon staying in that top 10. Just about Javier Talavera, a big loser on that restart. Looking to fight his way back up. Noah Cataneo, a big winner from this caution. He's on the fringes of the top 10 now. Further up, Sonia Nevermind looking to go for it again, but she can't get close enough. Those QW wildcards. I think Nevermind has the pace to win this if she can just clear Arison. But her teammate is not letting her through here. Alec Vescovy sort of stalls up behind, and Starman is able to take advantage of that and force Vescovy up the track to move himself possibly up into 6th place here. And he does so. Joe Dolinsky looks like he's backed out a little bit there. He's looking to get Alec Vescovy here. What is going on in this race at the moment?
Yeah, crazy stuff. Tyler Jordan looking fairly quick up in 5th place at the moment, but William Starman Do not count him out. You can never count him out. He's been one of the quicker cars today, just coming from the back, and now up to 6th place in that Budweiser Chevrolet. But Ava Valjak, she's not streaking away. These three QWR cars aren't exactly slow.
I think Arison might actually be catching her slowly.
I think it is. That gap is looking a little bit smaller. So we'll have to see. But this race is not over yet.
Here we go. Can Nevermind get this move done? She's so much quicker. This is her chance to the inside of Arison. Into turn 1 we go. Really good run from Sonia Nevermind. Arison once again though fighting back on that high side. It's close off the corner, but this looks like it's the best opportunity for Sonia Nevermind. They definitely all caught Ava Valjak. Valjak does not have the long run pace, I don't think. She's starting to slow down now at the nearer end of this race. As Tyler Jordan's getting involved past Arison alongside Mitch Johnson. Can Tyler Jordan win this race?
That would be absolutely incredible. He's come from absolutely nowhere. Suddenly he's the one with the pace. He's one of the big movers. And he's up into 3rd place. William Starman looking pretty racy behind the 2 QWR cars as well. I think they are quicker than Ava Valjak. But Tyler Jordan is now quicker than Sonia Nevermind. It's a question of whether he can pass the 55, as here comes William Starman now.
Starman coming to try and get past Mitch Johnson. But Tyler Jordan looks to be the fastest man on track right now. Can him and Sonia Nevermind close in to Ava Valjak? That's a big... Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
They're going to hit Austin Rhodes before the end of this race. That could be race defining here. Ava Valjak needs to instantly get past Austin Rhodes. As William Starman pushed really low there by Mitch Johnson. But I think he's going to get the move done. He is. William Starman moves himself into the top 5 as Ava Valjak is alongside. Sonia Nevermind goes high. Tyler Jordan goes low. Jordan's going to get past here, I think, because that number 59 is very slow. That's race winning there, I think, from Ava Valjak. Everyone else looking to go low. They are going low. Sonia Nevermind forces Austin Rhodes up the track really aggressively there. Starman through to 4th. The big one, though, said Tyler Jordan up to 2nd. Defending Martin Arison behind. Can Jordan... There's only a few laps to go here. Can he catch Ava Valjak? I don't think so. That gap looks quite big now. Ava Valjak judged that perfectly. Martin Arison back in the fight. But look at William Starman.
Yeah, Starman looking quick. He's looking to maybe salvage a top 3 finish here from absolutely nowhere. But here comes Martin Arison looking racy behind Tyler Jordan. Oh, and here comes Starman as well.
Starman sees a gap to the inside, but he can't quite make it done. Lost it a little bit on entry. Tyler Jordan is not catching Ava Valjak. In fact, I think he might actually be rear gunning for her at the moment, ensuring that the Venturia bring home the victory rather than fighting it out. That gap looks to have stabilised a little bit as Martin Arison gets a really poor run out of turn 4 here. It's a big opportunity for William Starman if he can get to the inside, which he can't quite. But I think he's going to try and go for the move.
Jordan's catching Ava Valjak. This race isn't over yet. It's 97 of 99. Could we see a late move here? But William Starman now looking to move up into 3rd. And here comes Joe Dolinsky as well. The Dodgers are looking really quick, and Dolinsky could make this 3 wide.
He's going to make it 3 wide into turn 3 and 4. So aggressive from Joe Dolinsky. He's going to make it a Venturia 1, 2, 3. All from this late race caution. Starman looking to try and defend from Mitch Johnson here. Johnson wants to go for the move, but I think he's a bit too far back. And it's going to be the Venturia 1, 2, 3 then. So Joe Dolinsky, seemingly out of nowhere, puts himself into 3rd place. Jordan did not catch that lap. I think it's done. There's only 6 corners to go now for Ava Valjak. Through turn 3 and 4. And she's going to see that white flag, which she so desperately wants to see. There's going to be no more cautions today. The gap has stabilised. Ava Valjak has this one in the bag as long as she just brings it home. Just 2 corners to go. Joe Dolinsky might actually get his teammate Tyler Jordan here. It seems a moment, but he goes high. Is that going to invite the cars behind? No, they're too far off now. Out of the final corner, it's back-to-back victories once again for Venturia. Ava Volyak wins in Chicagoland. Tyler Jordan, second place. But for Volyak, that's her third victory of the season. She has equaled Andrew Mondragon and she takes the lead of the championship now. The mid-season form has turned her season around entirely. Behind her, Tyler Jordan with a result that's going to put him in the fight to make the chase. And Joe Dolinsky with a fantastic last few laps comeback to get a 1-2-3 for Venturia, as all three Venturias end up in the top 10. Andrew Mondragon coming home in 9th place. What a chaotic end to that race.
Yeah, it looked like it was anyone's game there in the end of that one, but Venturia pick up a 1-2-3. They have been absolutely indomitable this season. And so the 1-2-3 here in Chicagoland, maybe not what we were expecting, but definitely them just showing their true pace here at the end of this race.
So yeah, as we said, Ava Valjak, victory. 1-2-3 for Venturias, Tyler Jordan second, Joe Dolinsky third, William Starman with an incredible comeback to get fourth from being outside about 30th at one point in this race. Mitch Johnson, despite damage, comes home in 5th place. Sonia Nevermind led the most laps today, and yet she will once again leave without her first victory. She finishes in 6th place. Martin Harrison 7th, caused that accident with damage, still managed to hold on. Kenny Dixon, his third top 10 in a row after pressure that he might lose his sponsor, he comes home in 8th place. Andrew Mondragon in 9th. Good result for him despite his struggles today. 4 seconds nearly off the leader. Javier Talavera 10th. Kurt Weiss 11th. A good, much needed result for them. Noah Cataneo 12th. Kenneth Robinson 13th. Keith McHugh heartbreaking 14th after fighting for the win for much of that race. But that incident, well, ruined much of his race. Nothing he could have done. Logan Wilkie, a strong top 15 for them in 15th. It's 16th for Johan Stromstad. I can't remember the last time I saw him up in the top 20. Brandon Reeves 17th, Marcus Monreal disappointing 18th. Megami Alaskiene back up in the top 20. She's 19th. Joseph Clark 20th. Danny McSwain career best result of 21st. Carl Ellison 22nd. Bobby Elliott Jr. 23rd. Mitchell Mose with a 24th place finish. I don't think we even saw him that race pretty much. Michael Teller 25th. Camilla Lindberg 26th. Ken Hale ultimately comes home in 27th on his return, but that could have been so much more for him. Absolute heartbreak. Behind him, the lapped cars, Adrian Fraser, Donald Wallace, Eric Lehrman, Johnny Carpenti, Benizzi, and Austin Rose. We didn't mention it again. Get Alec Vescovy some luck. Was fighting to get up there. We saw him drop off a little bit, and it's a late race engine failure for that number 46. Can this car have any luck?
That's painful for Vescovy, 2 races in a row.
Clearly not. He'll come home 33rd for the second race in a row, I believe. Racco Betes 34th. A worrying result for them, as that car of Racco Betes, the 22, is 12 points adrift of the chase before this race. That's going to increase quite a bit. Ratko Betes may not make the championship chase this year. That would be some shock. Carl Sherman, as we mentioned, engine went, but we know what really happened. His car was completely destroyed in that accident. Espinazola, of course, coming home in 36th place with a retirement due to gearbox issue. Well, that was a hectic final 20-ish laps, I think. 15, 20 laps. Well, I think it's about 15 laps, really. Wow. Ava Volek, though, taking her third victory of the season, her back-to-back victories. She's finished in the top 3 for the last 3 races. Top 2 for the last 3 races. She's found form when she needed to. And while she never looked like a title contender up until Talladega, she very much looks like it now. She will now lead the championship, leaving this race. Anything you want to say about that one?
Yeah, just interesting race. I think hats off to a few of the guys who came through at the end there. Tyler Jordan, William Starman came through right at the end. Kenny Dixon as well, getting eighth place, as you said before, under pressure from his sponsor a few races ago, and now he's really turned up the wick. He's done really, really well um, in recent races. But no, a really, really good race, even even without cautions, and that caution at the end really spiced it up. So no, a fantastic race, and I can't wait to see what we've got next.
Well, next up, it's a non-championship event at the Chicago Street Circuit. So Lord help all these drivers because they are gonna need it. But we'll see you then. Next race, next points race will, I believe,
Road America.
Road America. So our first road course of the season. Be interested to see if it invites any new names up the field. But as always, the season continues. Thank you for watching. And that was definitely one of the race. We'll see you tomorrow for Chicago. Goodbye.